Welcome back. I'm going to strip the rear subframe down and see if it fits. Yeah, that's my idea. Strip the subframe down. Mostly left it a little bit late. Really, I should have done it a few days ago and tried it before I got too far. But to be honest, I should have done it when I was doing the heel board, being really professional. But I've got the jig that I made that was accurate. So yeah, what I'm going to do is just whip the radius arms off and the cones off to make it a little bit lighter. I have got some poly-brush mounts. Supposedly they're the right ones, but I don't know. I don't think they are. Supposedly these are Mark 1s, but they're all the same. It was advertised as a Mark 1 rear subframe. It don't look right. But then I can't guarantee that's a Mark 1 rear subframe anyway. You don't know, do you? But anyway, the key thing is for this thing to fit. So I'll stick with those rubber mounts that are on it for now, because you know they do wear, but not enough to actually make it too much moving. And then we'll just pop it back in just to see if any of the holes line up before we go any further. But I think that's the job. So yeah. I think it's a fairly easy job from what I remember from last time. So big 19mm spanners, whatever the unit UNF conversion is, on the ends, and then the half-inch nuts to take the plates off and hold the radius arms in down there. Just be careful of the threads because they are a bugger. A lot of rust in those. There's a hole in the back here, you see, so all mud gets up in here. So yeah, let's see how we do. Maybe a little bit of a tidy up down there. Alright, it's been a while since I've done mechanical work trying to find all my right spanner sizes. It's not 19, I think it's mostly 21. And yeah. God. Just for your interest, one of the inside nuts, which is always a pain to get to because the socket's, you know, right inside the radius arm that holds the bracket on, has been a pain. I ground the other one off because that was being a pain as well, and I thought, well, it's easier to leave a little bit sticking out because we can weld a nut to it later. But I can't get to that one, it's been a pain. So there were 19mm sockets on the end. In the end, it was one that the nipple was in the way, and also there was a lot of mud around the subframe, so it looks like a replacement subframe at some point because it's got a black coating on it, which obviously I think the originals were, but someone's painted it green and that's just flaking off, so someone's just done a quick spray on it, but it will go black anyway. So I'm thinking of just ruining the radius arm pin just to get the subframe, the radius arm out for now, and work on the bracket later. Well, yes, severe lack of space, an increased amount of mess, which doesn't help. And I just spent the last hour and a half getting one subframe off, some radius arm off, and I'm knackered. So I was hoping that that's all it was going to be. So The wife says I don't go to the gym, but I'll tell you what, working on cars, I think it's just as tough as going to the gym sometimes. So yeah, well, that's one off. Not the prettiest. A combination of welding a bolt to the other one loosened it off enough, but then the weld that I used to get on the nut got caught in the radius arm. So I then, which I should have just done in the first place, was just cut through the radius arm bolt where the rubber boot is. If you sort of, you go through the big thick washer, and it just cuts it off, and then it allows you to swing the radius arm out. So if you're desperate and you're gonna recondition your arms, bleeding as well. So as I said, if you know what you're doing, if you're going to recondition your arms, just cut through the damn things. That's what I just did. So yeah, it looks like some stuff has been apart at some point. There was some washing missing, and the radius arm bolts weren't that tight. Just trying to have a look. Hard to tell. There's a lot of mud on there, but definitely hasn't had loads of miles. So yeah. So I'm afraid that's going to be it for this time. I have got maybe some new surprises coming up. If you wanted to check out my Patreon page down below, I will release a couple of videos there early, but whatever I do, I'll still release on the main website, but on your main YouTube channel anyway. But it's tentative at the moment. We'll see. I know by the weekend if things have worked out. Also, I'm still trying to, in my head, plan on building a race car, because I've said I'm going to go to some track day, and I've been thinking how to do it in my head, and I know my idea. So I ended up buying myself a flanging tool, because I think I need to do some flanges on my project that I haven't even got yet. But I ended up buying a flanging tool. So what's the time? I think we'll have to give that a go another day. Yeah. Sorry, let me connect it up. Alright, it's supposed to be going inside, but hey, I've just connected up with some air, and you've got a clue if it's supposed to be the right pressure or not. And I should have put some PTFE on that connection. What you do for flanging, it's when you've got to join two big sheets of metal together, maybe rear quarter panels, things like that. What you do is you flange one edge, and then the other edge overlaps, and it all butts to butts nicely. It helps on the distortion because you've got an edge. Well, let me just as you can see, sorry, I can't even speak. Still knackered from my workout. You can see it's like joggle. So I think, never used one before, you just stick the metal in. Oh. And move along. I don't know if I need a bit more air. I think, to be honest, it's actually working, I think. I don't know if there's any adjustment you're supposed to do on this thing or not. Obviously I'm just rushing with a bit of manky metal at the moment. So as you can see, it's made a flange. Not as deep as I want, and this side supposedly cuts holes, because then what you can do is oh, that's cool. That's pretty nifty. And you cut holes in plug weld. So basically what you do, say we've got this bit of metal, and you want to weld it to this, you'd flange it so you get a nice recess. So this bit is technically smooth, but what you would do first is, I guess you do it on this bit. You punch a load of holes, you'd flange that over there, lay that on nice and flat, and bang, you'd do your plug welds through that, and that's going to be as strong as joint as you need for wings and panels like that, and even structural, I guess, you know. So yeah, so my idea is I've got an idea where I might need this tool in my next project. So for some reason I bought it, and I haven't even got the project yet. So anyway, have a good evening. It was I don't even know, I think we got casserole. Yesterday was pasta ping, wasn't it, mate? Alright, bye bye guys, sorry for lack of update, but it's one of those nights.